Paris is more than the city of lights. It's more than the city of love. It's more than the fashion capital of the world. Paris is also a very kid-friendly and exciting place to visit as a family. My husband and I have been obsessed with France since our first visit many years ago. It has changed our direction and even our day-to-day lifestyle. So to bring our daughter to our favorite city in the whole world was a dream. Here are the top 5 things we did on our family trip to Paris that we think any family would enjoy. The Palace of Versailles is a short train ride outside of the city. For reference, it's about a 45-minute train ride from the Eiffel Tower. Trains in Paris are easy to use and a fun way for kids to get around. From the train stop in Versailles, the palace is a short and beautiful walk away. Unlike our adult-only trips of the past, our walk through the palace was at a quicker, kid-friendlier pace. Even still, it was enjoyable, and all of us were able to appreciate how over-the-top and amazing a spectacle it was. I would have to say that the Hall of Mirrors is a hit at any age. After touring the inside, the gardens are where you can spend your entire afternoon. Grab a golf cart or just walk through the mazes that surround the perfectly manicured grounds. I do recommend buying tickets ahead of time and pick an early entry time. This way you beat the crowds and can grab lunch at one of the restaurants between the palace and the train station.
Keep looking for it.
Jardin d'Acclimatation is hard to say, but don't let that stop you. Located in the 16th arrondissement, I was shocked I'd never heard of this until now. This amusement park dates back to 1860 and was commissioned by Emperor Napoleon III and Empress Eugenie after visiting Hyde Park in London. This park is pure Parisian. Every ride is fun and has a novelty to it. Let me note that our daughter, who had just been to Disney World, squealed on every ride and begged to go back before we had even left. Some of our favorite rides were the flying sidecars, the canal ride, and the super unique, albeit rudimentary, pony ride. Aside from the rides, the park itself is beautiful. We saw several peacocks, and there's also a section with farm animals that live in a little village designed to resemble half-timbered hamlets in Versailles. Something I would suggest: buy your entry ahead of time, online, and arrive when it opens. The crowds begin around mid-afternoon, and we were glad we had started early. Also, I would highly recommend packing a lunch. All of the restaurants and the stalls were packed, and food was difficult to get when it came lunchtime. Other than that, please do yourself a favor and go to Jardin d'Acclimatation. In case you haven't noticed, Paris is beautiful, and this park is no exception. Jardin des Plantes is a garden that holds so much more than the ordinary. We started with the menagerie, or zoo, within the park. The zoo, which was founded in 1795, is home to some familiar faces and some we have not seen, like this tapir or the red panda. The zoo is on the smaller side, which was great for a family on the go. After the zoo, we walked across the park to the Gallery of Evolution. This museum is such a treat for kids. You are immediately greeted by a giant hanging whale, and as you make your way throughout the gallery, you can explore animals from the deserts to the highlands, and some even deep in the ocean. It is a small gallery and wouldn't take more than an hour, unless you have a particularly slow kiddo. I would recommend buying tickets online ahead of your trip, because even though we were here during the off-season, we were lucky to snag tickets to this very busy museum. There is also a mineral and gem museum and a gallery of botany located within the park. If the weather is nice, bring a picnic and make a day of it. The Eiffel Tower feels like a must, and it is something I never get tired of seeing. But I was shocked at how much fun it was for a 5-year-old. But that probably had more to do with the incredible playground near the base. Grab yourself a coffee, a pain au chocolat, and let your kid wear themselves out while you practice the sacred French custom of leisure. Our absolute favorite thing to do in Paris is to just stroll. Just walk around and get lost. This is great for kids. So much to see, shops to pop in and out of, hidden parks to explore. Every inch of this city has something to offer. Hand your kid the map and let them decide which turns to take. Let them pick the cafe to eat at. Let them get you lost in this beautiful city. Or pretend to be a local and just do the ordinary thing, because even the ordinary in Paris is extraordinary. I hope this guide gave you some ideas and maybe some courage to take your kids to Europe. Don't forget to like and subscribe and check us out on social media. The Vacationers.